Hey, what's up? It's your girl Daphnique Springs, and you are tuned into With Love with Ty Cole.
Okay, clearly I'm loving for a reason, y'all. Now, today we have a special guest in the building. Now, she is truly, like, no BS. Like, she's truly one of the funniest people that I have seen and also got a chance to speak with. We have Daphnique Springs in the building, honey. Okay?
Hey, what's up, Ty? Thanks for having me come through.
Of course. You know, you taught me a good lesson on how to get somebody with the get back.
Oh,
Let
absolutely.
me tell y'all. So, I interviewed her. It was around BET weekend, and I was covering for Baller Alert. And she was telling me, like, you know, the best way to get a dude back. And you got to just call the cops on him.
Yeah, but you have to sometimes plant stuff on them as well. Just calling the cops is a domestic dispute type of situation, and the cops can take both of y'all to jail. But if you call the cops and say he has cocaine in the car, because you can buy like fake cocaine, like props, online. By the time the police, by the time the police cut it open and tested and stuff, he already might done got 5 to 10.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay, now, will he get out, though, because it's fake cocaine, or is he just still going to be up in there?
You know, it just depends on how the prosecutors feel about it. You know what I mean? He a black male, so statistically, he might just stay up in there. Oof. Now, if you dating somebody white, then he could be out by the next day.
And then he might be getting you back, because you done lied on him.
Yeah.
Okay, so what lie, if I was trying to get somebody back, what should I do? I don't know about the coke. That scares me. You know what I'm saying? Cause it might...
I think prank calling the mother would work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He died.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Send her into cardiac
oblivion.
arrest. Yeah. Oh, my God, my son. Put the mama in the hospital.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
and
then
do
he got to go.
News report.
Yeah, just everything.
You know what? I'm going to try that out. The next man that pissed me off, I'm going to just call his mom and be
like, you got to think of other tactics, because texting, calling, making social media posts, arguing, that's very expected, right?
Okay.
He's already trained in that type of behavior. Right. That's why you got to do something unexpected, like pull up to the school, kidnapped his kid. You know what I mean? Oh, your daddy, I'm your daddy's friend. They get in the car, you just drop them off somewhere else, but then everybody in a frantic for about an hour. Why y'all at Chuck E. Cheese just having a good time? You know what I mean? You gonna get a baby back because you don't want the baby. You don't want no real charges. But you just took the baby to Chuck E. Cheese, videotape that, put that on your stories and stuff like that. Then they were like, where the baby at? And then you turn the baby back, and then it's cool.
Okay, wait.
They can't lock you up for giving the baby a good time.
I don't know. Well, no. But, I mean, but now you got to spend your own money with the baby. So you...
But it's worth the frantic behavior. Yeah.
So what's the result, though? Because now I done kidnapped your child. Now you went to oblivion. We went to Chuck E. Cheese.
Your mama in the hospital.
Your mama's in the hospital. I done told her also that you died.
Cases.
You about to go to jail for coke.
Yeah.
I just feel like
that's how you get the wedding ring. Men don't like the basic stuff anymore. You got to take crazy to another level. And that's how you get engaged.
But I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like I'm already a little wild because I'm an Aries. So I feel like my mouth is crazy, but like, I've never tried that.
No, that's expected. Because he can Google what's an Aries mouth like, and it'd be like crazy, and then that's expected. That's why you got to do.
So when I curse him out, he knows.
He knows that's coming.
But if I just glue his balls together, and like he wake up, and now he can't undo. Now that's like, oh, I'm about to get married now.
Yeah, just put a little, Gorilla Glue. The same girl that the girl put on the lace front wig and she couldn't get off. Put that on the toilet seat.
Okay.
After you put a laxative in his coffee.
So
because you got to get him to the toilet to sit down.
Okay.
Because you don't want to make a mistake and go sit down yourself because you forgot. That happened to me before.
Oh,
yeah.
Boy,
so yeah,
what
you got to be prepared. Sometimes you just forget the stuff that you done did to somebody else, and then you end up taking the poison. But then you survive because you knew what to do and you knew it was poison.
Is that the craziest shit you ever did, or?
I think some of it could be incriminating, so I'll just leave it there. Hypothetically.
Okay, hypothetically. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Okay. We're gonna shift a little bit of gears with the Love Like Mama, which is our first segment. But you see what happens when I got up in here, okay? It's a lot. It's so much fun. Now, Love Like Mama is basically how my mom loves. Like she loves with just her heart. She's with God right now, probably laughing, hoping I do, probably try some of these tactics out. So I want to ask you this: who made you fall in love with comedy first?
What made me fall in love with comedy first would be just You know, I grew up fishing in South Florida, so I spent a lot of time with my father, and we used to riff on the boat a lot when you're out there fishing all day.
Like back and forth.
Yeah, because the problem when I was younger, a lot of people get motion sickness, and what I learned early on about men don't like to take on help sometimes. Okay. And the help is just simply taking a Dramamine pill before you go on the boat. And a lot of men won't do that. They be like, "No, I'm good." You never been on the water, sir. Nah, I'm good. And then they get out there. Next thing you know, they're dealing with motion sickness, and it's just all coming up. Everything they had for the last 3 days is coming up on the side of the boat. So we learn how to riff, because my dad will not go back in. If you get sick, he told you everything you needed before you came on his boat.
Correct.
If you get sick, he will not take you back to dock. You got to sit out there until he's done fishing. And that could be 8 hours. Yeah, so, you know, we learn to make jokes. My dad, we just see, he's going to crack on you.
What was the funniest joke he ever cracked on you?
Funniest joke he ever cracked on me would be, you know, it could be situational comedy, right?
Yeah.
So my dad, when he would cast his rod back, he always said, don't stand behind him. And one day I was standing behind him, not paying attention because I'm a kid, and he hooked me right here. And he felt a little jerk, and people was like, drop the pole. So he dropped it. And you know, hooks are made to go into fish, and they kind of hook in there, so it's not easy to just pull out like a piercing in your ear. So he had to wiggle it, and he was like, I told you not to stand behind me. And I'm like, you know how you get so nervous, you like laugh a little bit, like, what? That's what you focus on right now? You just took my eye out.
And did you cry?
No, it didn't get my eye. It just got the corner right here.
Oh, my God. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, no. Well, now we know not to stand behind no daddy behind do no fish. Okay. Now, you know, what's the story from your own life you've been waiting for the right time to tell on stage?
I would say the story that
because you give good stories.
Oh, thank you. The story that I'm waiting to tell is a story of my family. And when I say my family, the family that I create with someone else and have children. So that's the story I'm waiting to tell. It hasn't happened yet, but that's the story. Like, I know I'm going to have tons of jokes about my kids to the point they might grow up and hate me and do cocaine once or twice. Okay. But I'm still their mother, and I'm going to tell them, you know, don't do drugs.
I feel like, you know, a little coke ain't hurt nobody too much.
I've
never done it, though, just to make a preference.
I would.
Okay. You would try a little...
Not in today's time. If it was the 80s, absolutely. I would have been at Studio 54, coked up, trying to get in Michael Jackson's section.
I heard the coke was good back then.
It had no fentanyl.
No.
Nowadays, you don't know if you do it. Yeah, so I tell people, if you think about doing it, or you just, this Hollywood, anything could happen. You know what I mean? It could be a life-changing career moment for you to just do a little bump. Okay. So what you do is, right before they about to do it, everybody, you say, oh, I got to go to the bathroom. Don't wait on me. And if you come back and everybody's still like, hey, then it's good. Okay. But if they laying on the floor, wipe off your fingerprints and get up out of there.
The first time I ever saw someone do coke was outside of the club in New York. And it gagged me so bad. It was me and my homeboy. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. It was me and my homeboy was outside the club getting some air. You know, it was a lot. It was hot. Yeah. We was shaking ass. We was talking to men.
Oh, in the sun they was doing
it? Well, in the club, but it was outside. So
but was the outside hot, or was it winter time? See, I think cocaine seemed like a winter drug.
And he was already sweating bullets.
That's what I'm saying. That's like waiting to exhale.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he gonna throw orange.
But what got me, though, Daphnique, was he, in mid-conversation, just took the bump.
Oh, yeah.
So we just have, you know how we having dialogue, we live and kicking. He went in his little bag, and he...
Oh, wow.
The little baggie, and then he did the little... And I'm, you know, I'm a very, like, my face says it all. So I'm just like... And then and it was still talking. And then he's like, oh my God, y'all want some? And my mouth was like, you know those cartoons where it's like, so my friend legit had to like grab my mouth and put
Close it up, yeah.
Because he said, oh, what's wrong? I said, oh, baby, you just, and he was like, oh yeah, like it's cool. Y'all want some? I was like, I'm good, baby. And he just kept on going. That was interesting. Have you ever seen
it now?
To be honest, the last time I saw him, I think he was still outside. Like, it was like a year ago in the summertime. And he was outside.
People like that gonna stay outside, sweating bullets. Sweating bullets.
And I know he still got that coke on him.
Yeah, he do.
Okay, hopefully got no fentanyl in there.
Yeah.
You know, what's your personal definition of funny?
Personal definition of funny, I think what I like to create is relatability.
Okay.
I like to take my observations and my stories and connect people, because people fail to realize no matter what race, height, gender, sexuality that anybody is, we all can laugh based on a common story, because we may know somebody like that. They may be something that we observe, that may be something that we relate to. So I like to focus a lot on relatability. You know what I mean? And I think that that's what it is, because comedy is also subjective. And I think sometimes I'm open to doing comedy that could offend, but when you do, it's like you really outcasting a lot of people sometimes. Sometimes people don't like that, but so you should stay your ass at home.
Yeah, you can't be in the front row either.
Yeah.
I've never done that. My friend did that, and she was in the front row, and she was getting it. She was getting her lashings.
Oh, for real? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to sit like in the middle to the back.
I'm in the back. You about to get my ass.
Okay.
But if I was in the front of your show, what would you say to me?
It depends on, like, sometimes I like to get questions first.
Okay.
So probe you. So if it's like, if you're with somebody, maybe I can get something like, maybe y'all got a situationship. You know what I mean? I can get comedy out of that. Or who you here with? Oh, I'm here with my homeboy. And then it's like comedy in that. My homegirl. Oh, you know, something like that. So it really sometimes takes me to get questions.
Okay.
Because just roasting physically, that could just be mean.
Yeah, that could just go real left.
And you cute, so I would just probably pass you up to the next ugly person to your right, and then get on their ass.
Hello, okay? I'll sit in front of your show.
Okay.
Now. I'm cool. How do you decide what stories from your life to make into your own bits?
I think it's just about being true and being authentic to myself and what I'm experiencing, and then taking that and formatting it and creating it into a story, and then people relate to it, because we all are doing life. And I've noticed that you get a lot of comedy out of relationships as well, because relationships is something that everybody experiences.
That's true.
You know, every time I look on TV, it's a cripple in love, it's a Love Island, it's a Mormon love.
Broken love.
Love after lockup.
Oof.
So that's one thing people can relate to, is always love and relationships.
I have a question, because I think in today's time, comedy has shifted. I think a lot of times there's more boundaries and more limitations. Do you feel limited as a comedian right now, or do you feel like I could still do me regardless of like what's happening like in today's time, or what they're trying to limit me to do?
I feel like I can still do me. The only reason I don't go too far out of the box is because, to me, social media is also a place where you can monetize.
True.
And so whenever you're on these platforms, you have to follow their rules, which is their community guideline rules or their monetization policy rules, in order to be able to do that. That's why I won't go too far out of the boxes. But do I want to test it? If you see me live in person, yes, I will test the boundaries. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because to me, you can never truly lose your real fans. Because a lot of times when people get canceled, it's because somebody posted a clip, and it was just a clip. They didn't see the whole 2-hour interview or hour interview. They just saw a little clip of me saying, you know, put drugs in his car. Next thing they like, oh my God, she setting people up. Yeah, now she doing drugs. She on drugs. And that's not what it is. You have to sometimes watch it in its entirety. You see what I'm saying? And then you can make a real conclusion, but people don't do that. They see a clip, which is all, baiting people into conversation.
Snackable baiting content.
Engagement. So they see this and then they form a whole opinion about you. But your true fans know who you are as a person. They've watched all your episodes. They know who you are. They know when something's a joke. They know your personality when you're really talking about politics. So they don't really judge you. So I think nowadays, with so much of the power being taken away from like the powers that be, and us being able to make content of our own. Because back in the day, in order for you to have a podcast called With Love with Ty Cole, you would have had a whole production with some big old, and they would have had film, and they had to roll it like this, and they had to have all this like people. Now you can do something where you have a setup, and it's like these professional cameras that's producing 4K, and you can have a smaller team versus this whole production thing. So with that being said, to me, you can never be canceled.
Yeah. I have a question. You know, writing jokes for social media versus live performances, like I feel like it's like a different
format.
Exactly. And also like a different, I would say, like way of doing it. So like, how do you manage to write the jokes for the social media and then write the jokes for when you're live in person?
So I think that when you're doing sketch, it's like certain points that you need to hit. I'm still in the fact where I like to do comedy comes in threes, so I have to hit 3 points. Okay. Whereas I'm seeing people nowadays, they just throwing out a premise, ideal, and it go viral. But and then when I'm writing stuff for stand-up, it's totally different because you need a punchline, a setup, tags. You need all of this stuff. You have to take fat out of jokes because it's not a visual, it's words. So when I say take the fat out, I can't paint you too much of a story. I can't say I came in here with Ty. We sat down in 2 chairs. It was a box of Kleenex. Like, I can't tell that much. I'll be like, yo, we went in there and we was straight talking about what we gonna do with our ex. You got to get to the story quicker and take out the fat. Whereas now if I'm shooting a sketch, we're gonna set this all up.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's visual.
Format. You know, there's so much that happens in today's time and like pop culture and just in the world, news. And a lot of times people will take, you know, what they see and they'll make jokes out of it, but it don't really hit sometimes. Sometimes it just don't land. How do you approach cultural commentary without losing that humor?
I think you just be you.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that is because people fail to realize it's 1 billion people on social media, they say. And so sometimes if it don't hit with this sector of people, it be these other sector of people that be like, yo, you brilliant.
She funny as hell.
Because they relate to you and your commentary, and then it's people that's just not. But I think that you can't focus on the people that's not going to resonate with you. You have to focus on the people that are going to resonate with you. Because if so, you don't know what to deliver. You see what I'm saying? So to me, it's just always important to be you, tell your true thoughts. And I like to take away hate. I don't like hate in any of my like content and stuff to punch down on people.
Yeah, you never punch down on anybody.
Yeah, I try not to do that because it's just about having a good time and laughing and not just living into something where some people were just like, yo, that was brutal. I don't want to be known as that. Because that's just not who I am as a person. You know what I mean?
And at your core, that's not who you are at all. You know, I can see you on like a talk show. Like a late night talk, like having your own, like The Daily Show or something like that.
Manifest it. The Daily Show need to call me. You know they ain't called me.
Why? I think they need to.
I would be good on that show.
They have so many great folks like Roy Wood Jr. and I think I saw my girl Jessica Williams who's on Shrinking. I think like your style of comedy fits that. Like, would you be open to something like that?
Absolutely. And I could deliver the news. People like my commentary. You know, and I think it would just be good, you know. And then, you know, I wear a little low cut shirt.
Okay.
Put my titties out. You know, that really reel them in a little bit.
I feel like one, two would work for you.
Talk to me.
You know, now, the healing question I have for you is this. Now, what's the toughest room you've ever had to win over, and how did you heal from that night?
I think early on when it came to, like, stand-up, the worst situation for a comedian, some people think it's booing, and that's one situation, but also silence.
Okay.
You know, when people start chattering, and it's not about you as a comic anymore. It's like, you know what, Ty, I'm gonna stop by the grocery store and pick up some groceries. You think you wanna come over for dinner? And you up there doing a whole set. To me, that's worse. I'd rather you boo, because if you boo me, you still have your attention focused on me.
Versus
whereas just like, yeah, so you like the wings? I don't really like the wings. And I'm just up here trying to live my dream.
Give your dream to everybody.
And you done just said, you know what, forget your dream. Let me talk about what else I need to get done in the week. Okay, let me multitask. So I would say that would be one thing that I think. But also one of the toughest rooms I ever had to do is I was on tour with Cat Williams, and the comic before me got booed, and it was 9,000 people there in Atlantic City. And I had to go, the host went back up, but then I had to go on next. And sometimes they trusted the host.
Yeah.
But they be like, yo, we don't know what else coming after that.
We want to head on
And
out.
when I made it through, I was just like, whew. And then to me, sometimes that's validation.
Ain't God good?
That you're supposed to be here. Because I remember reading a quote one time. When times are tough, do we know if it's God telling us to continue, or if it's God telling us we should do something else? And sometimes that's something that a lot of people deal with, because you don't know if the struggle mean just keep going, I'm gonna make it at this, or the struggle is mean like, yo, get you a day job and move back to North Carolina.
Ain't that what Tabitha Brown just said?
Oh no, I didn't hear it.
She was on I think it was Threads or social media. And basically like she was like, look, baby, like right now, your dream may not be happening in this moment, so just go get you a little day job and then we could get you there, at some point.
But some people's dream ain't never gonna happen. And how do you take that into reality?
I guess I can't relate because I don't know. But
okay. Not that evil villain laugh. You are a villain. That laugh right now, if I can translate your laugh, it's like, bitch, I'm winning. I'm doing good. I'm living in my purpose. I'm in LA. They tried to send me home, but I'm still gonna be here forever. Like,
and they did. Yeah. Okay.
Your laugh just told a whole story. Do you not understand? Your laugh was a monologue.
Oh, you know what? Let's keep this in the episode then too, so I can rehearse this. But it's the truth though. Yeah. Like they really try to take you up out of here. Yeah. And I feel like when you have to just like kind of pivot, I think people don't like the art of pivoting. Have you ever had to pivot while you chased your dream? I mean, because you on tour with Martin Lawrence, you doing Cat Williams, but was there ever a moment where you were just like, damn, Daphnique, like this right now when this season just ain't hitting, like let's pivot for a little bit and have to come back?
I feel like, in life, another thing to me, when things aren't pivoting, when you're stagnant. So to me, when you go to a hospital, if you see somebody flatlining, they're just never having fallen down, going back up, they're flatlining, they're dying. And so I think to me this year was important of just like, boom. Every time I go to hear these millionaires talk, they talk about their teams, right? Yeah. And so that's when I went on and I signed with Lenore, and I was like, yo, let me get a PR agency and let me do things that, make sure that I'm building this team. Let me now take the editing off my sleeves, because I got to admit, I'm not the best editor. And then I have to get somebody else to do that. And you allocate work and, you start to build up, because sometimes doing everything yourself can kind of weigh you down, and it can kind of make you stagnant because you too afraid to hire that photographer, you too afraid to hire that videographer, you too afraid to have somebody punch up your script that you got because you think you can do it all. So that's one thing I'm learning, is that you just need a team of people.
I love that. Is there a comedian today that makes you laugh the hardest?
Me.
Okay.
I ain't gonna get on your podcast and have somebody go search another comedian when I'm right here. Daphnique Springs.
Hello, period.
Yeah. If you like somebody else, that's cool, because I got a whole bunch of comedians that I love from all levels of stand-up, like the highest levels to the lowest levels, people that still just trying to make it, working hard in their city, people that move to LA. Yes, but I always like to, push myself, Sometimes we feel like, oh, you got to be humble. And I'm like, nah, God put me on this earth to tell my story.
Hello, make sure you watch me, baby. Okay. Now, before I let you leave, because I really want to talk to you all day, but I just feel like, we can't do this all day.
No, y'all try to rush me up out of here.
I don't.
No, I'm just messing with you.
Now, this is our last episode. It's called Her Heartbeat. And basically it's about just like your heart and just like how it beats in today's world, in today's society. So what joke or story makes your heart beat fastest just before you deliver it?
The joke that makes my heart beat the fastest was just anytime I'm just telling the story about my family. Because as I gotten older, I realized family is very important, and not everybody came from a good foundation of family. And as I gotten older, I was like, yo, my parents really loved me. I didn't have to survive. And so many people in this world, they're surviving. They just all their whole life they've been surviving, whereas my parents created a foundation of love. And with that, I've been able to succeed in life. And you don't notice that, when you're younger, you be like, I can't spend a night at such and such house. I burn this place up. But as you get older, you was like, no, you really protected me.
Yeah, I feel like parents see things you don't see, even as an adult. Like my mom will always tell me, like, your friends from middle school are not gonna be your friends in high school, and then college, and etc. And I'm like, you tripping. And then now here I am, about to be 30 years old, and I don't fuck with half them bitches like that anymore. So it's just like, parents always see things.
They do. And we think that they're, vintage and older and they don't know nothing. But your parents used to live a life. Like, I didn't know that. Like my grandmother, when we listened to the music, the sexual music, my grandma be looking. And then one day I was at a family reunion and they put Stand On In It. It's the song. He said, you ain't did nothing till you stand up in it.
Ooh.
And I said, I ain't never had nobody stand up in it. My grandma was on it. My grandma did low. I said, Grandma, you don't have somebody stand up in it?
They was up in it, baby.
So if my grandma give me advice, I'm going to take it because my grandma done had a man stand up in it.
How do you think she felt when he was up in it?
I don't know. She had 5 kids.
Oh, he was up in it.
Yeah, up in it.
He was having a good time.
Yeah.
She enjoyed herself.
Yeah.
He probably still standing in there.
Yeah.
Hello, good morning.
His spirit.
Well, yeah.
Talk to me.
What? Did you have a good time today?
I had a great time.
I feel like we need longer, like at some point. Like I need like a 2-hour moment.
Yeah.
Like let's.
Me and you will cut up.
No, cut the fuck up now.
Yeah.
What's your sign?
Scorpio.
We cut up.
Aries, y'all secretive.
No, y'all slither. Okay.
What?
Let me tell you something. Okay, before we wrap up here, let me tell you something about some Scorpios. Okay. And I think Monique said it best on The Precious. She was like, I ain't saying you can't really fuck with them, but so Scorpios, what y'all do is
Not you had to put your cards down.
y'all do this thing where you don't even realize you're in the room. Like we having a good time, we chit chat, and it could be us. You just having a good old
And
time.
I steal out your purse.
And you, yes,
I will.
or you stand your ass right here next to me, and I look like, oh, like that's how y'all are.
Oh yeah.
Y'all are like mysterious, like ghosts. Mm-hmm. And I just don't know if I can really deal with that. Now y'all are good sexually. I will give y'all that. Y'all do y'all big one.
I haven't reached that point in my life to be good sexually because
Really?
I believe, I don't want to go down no rabbit holes.
Okay.
Because once I like something, I like it.
Y'all do.
So, my biggest dream is to be in a room sleeping with 3-4 people. But I'll never do it because I know if I like it, just forget comedy.
Like
I'm just going to do OnlyFans.
You should just try it out, though.
No, I can't go down that rabbit hole.
You don't want to die and be like, damn.
I don't allow myself to go down rabbit holes.
Okay.
Because I know me and I know if I like it, I will be
You might add 4 more bitches to that
I'm going to be Diddy
motherfucker.
out here just getting, where the sex party? Who coming over?
Not you
I got the baby oil.
Oh!
I know me, so
You'll have a good time. I mean, Scorpios are sexually
and then I'll be in
oriented.
court, so I don't want to deal with none of that.
With that man who you set up with that coke.
Yeah, now he done got me on some sex trafficking charges. I don't need that type of drama in my life.
That's just too much drama for you, baby. You don't want to spring into oblivion.
Yeah.
Okay, see what I did there? Hello, good morning.
Talk to me.
Now, listen, folks at home, make sure you please support my girl Daphnique. Let us know what you got coming up next, this year, socials, all that.
So make sure you check out my comedy special, LOL Live with Daphnique Springs, currently streaming right now on Hulu. And my pilot, produced by me, starring me, will be on Tubi soon. Just check out my social media for the dates. Make sure you follow me at imdsprings.com. But all things, everything, if you ever forget, just go to my website, imdsprings.com.
Period. Thank you so much, Daphnique, baby. Give me a hug.
Thank you.
Wait, I want to be on this Tubi show.
Okay.
How I get on there?
I only got 1 episode now.
Okay, a bitch could do the second episode.
Okay. It ain't in the cards, but when it get in there, I'm gonna call you.